Hello, hello, hello. Hello, stream. Oh man, going back to live thing. Anyways, I think for today, it'll be a quick one because I gotta be somewhere for 4. Uh, got a couple of new ideas. Let's read them out. So basically, I can potentially make a new cloak, chain fortress, upside down cages, model ships, model dragon or hydra, whatever works. Yeah, I guess let's get to it. I think first things first, there's no way I could do all of that right now, so I think I'll start with making chains. I think chains will be useful everywhere. I can use chains for his cloak, keep things together. I can use chains for the cages, chains for the fortress, chains for the dragon, maybe even the ship. Yeah, so I guess I'll get to it. Chains under.
Chain inside of Blender. So let's delete the default cube first and press 7 on the number pad to go to the top view. Now we're going to shift A and grab a torus, and let's open up the panel and let's change both the major and minor segments to both equal 12. And for the major radius we'll leave that at 1 meter, but for the minor radius we'll change that to something like 0.45 meters. And what I want to do is change it from shaded mode to wireframe. And you can do that with the shortcut or going to the top right and selecting this here. And now what I want to do is press 1 on the keyboard, not the number pad, and takes us to vertice mode, which is this icon here. Now we can drag select to move it in the white vertices to edge mode and go to, it's that simple. So 7 on the number pad, not the, and X to 0, and let's just change the Y and you'll see what's going on, and this is what we need to happen. So instead of guessing, I'm going to give you guys some values to put in, and we can put in 0.590, and that's going to be exactly what we want it to be for this. So instead of guessing how many counts we need to get a certain distance by length, what we can do is change this to match a curve. So let's change the fit type to fit curve. And what this will allow us to do is use a spline to guide the count. We're going to create a path. And if we that follows that length. But there's only one thing that's wrong with this. Another array, let's go to where it says curves. But there's only one thing that's wrong with this at this point, and that's we can't go from left to right to adjust it to follow. We can only make it go up and down. So once we're done with this, let's hit tab to go back into object mode. Now back in object mode, we need to start rotating every other link. And to do that, we're going to add a null. So let's hit Shift A, let's go down to empty and choose plane axes. And with that still selected, we're going to hit R to rotate Y axis and hit 90. So it'll rotate it in the Y axis 90 degrees. Now let's reselect our torus, and then we're going to go into the modifier tab here, and let's just select this object offset here. Let's check it, and then we're going to open up this layer, and let's go where it says object, choose the eyedropper tool, and on the 3D viewport we're going to choose that null, and now we have the effect we're looking for. So next thing I want to do is just collapse the array modifier. Don't apply it, just collapse it. And I'm going to reselect this chain, let's go to add modifier, and on the right where it says deform, we're going to go and select the curve modifier. And once we have that selected, where it says curve object, we're going to grab our eyedropper tool, and we're going to grab that path with the vertices that we had earlier, and that's going to reposition it just the way we want it. And it's already in deform X axis, so we're going to leave it there. Now we're going to reselect our path, go to edit mode, and we can start to move around these vertices in any way we want it to move.
Wow, that's awesome. Props to this guy, that was pretty good. See if I can figure it out. Get the path thing to work.
And we can for this. So instead of guessing how many counts we need to get a certain distance by length, what we can do is change this to match a curve. So let's change the fit type to fit curve. And what this will allow us to do is use a spline to guide the count. So let's go back into object mode if we're already there, and let's shift A, and let's just go to curve, and let's go to path.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is so weird. Hey, cool. Curve. Get how that works at all, but sure. Oh. blank object. R, Y, 90 correctly. Offset. That's not look like that. Nice. How did he set that up?
We're going to create a path. That's we can't go. Now back in object mode, we need to start rotating every Shift A. Let's go down to empty and choose plane axes. And with that still selected, we're going to hit R to rotate Y axis and hit 90. Where it says object, choose the eyedropper tool. And on the 3D viewport, we're going to choose that null. And now we have the effect we're looking for.
That is not what happened to me. Constant offset maybe? Try it again. A, empty. R, Y, 90. Would be less relevant if I like. Oh no, that makes it worse. It's just the specific way I did it. Why does it get bigger? Why does his not break like that?
So next thing I want to do is just collapse the, and now we have the effect we're looking for.
Relative offset. That doesn't change anything. Not understanding why it's progressively getting worse.
Eyedropper tool, and we're going to grab that path. And on the 3D, you'll see how this now manipulates the amount of torsos that fall through. We need to start plane axes. And with that still selected, we're going to hit R to rotate Y axis and hit 90, so it'll rotate it in the Y axis 90 degrees. Now let's reselect our torus, and then we're going to go into the modifier tab here, and let's just select this object offset here. Let's check it, and then we're going to open up this layer, and let's go where it says object, choose the eyedropper tool, and on the 3D viewport we're going to choose that null, and now we have the effect we're looking for. So next thing I want to do is just collapse the array modifier. Don't apply it, just collapse it, and I'm going to reselect this chain. Let's go to add modifier, and on the right where it says deform, we're going to go and select the curve modifier. And once we have that selected, where it says curve object, we're going to grab our eyedropper tool, and we're going to grab that path with the vertices that we had.
Not working.
You can only select the top vertices. And now we're going to hit Y to separate the selection. And what I want to do is press G and then Y to move it in the Y axis, up and down. And once we're satisfied with the shape, double click, duplicate this link along the axis. So what we want to do is duplicate this ring, right click, bridge.
I think that I can. It has to be this. Why does it progressively get bigger? Object offset. Why does object offset get bigger when big? Oh. That was easy. What the heck? Now it's kind of inside of each other. I don't like that. Awesome. Let's save this as chains. It'd be really awkward if I don't save it. Next thing I need to do here is to do the curve thing. And now when I go like that. Yeah, what the hell? Did the store to glass if I no, then this just distorts everything. Oh, not stretching everything like that. I think first I gotta determine how much I need. God, why is it stretching now? Control it. Why was it stretching just a second ago? What? Oh, it isn't stretching. Okay, now it's just working the way I want it to. Awesome. Now to make it so that it fits somewhere. I just copy and paste all three of these. No. And it's really kind of sucks. Oh, I can't open multiple blend files with the Steam Blender. And I have to use this crappy old Blender. Ugh. There we go. Do they still work the same way? Yes, they do. Scale them all down. Oh, can't scale them down. Scaled. Make this invisible. R is at 90. Put this guy up. I'll just scale it all back down later. Empty object. Oh, I could scale them. Oh my goodness. Pointless. I have to scale everything down. Blender zoom, I would like this. around like 7 of them, and then we'll just scale it manually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that looks good enough, whatever. So, 345, okay. My laptop is not gonna have battery. Oh well, I'll set it up and I kind of. It's a little scuffed, but honestly, you can't even see it. Why are they deforming so much, man? Trades are done. It wasn't too bad. Modify them, whatever. I do want to work on the character a little bit. Give him a different cloak. I think I have a lot of time though. Oh, alright, maybe make a cage.
For just $67, you can
In this, I'm going to assume you've got... Okay, so we've now got a simple. I'm going to press 1 to go into front view. Press R followed by X and then 90 to rotate this. And I'm also going to this later on curve. This will set Bezier circle. So just circle by left clicking on it and then reduce it in size by pressing S and then moving Bezier to this later right A. R followed by X and then shift followed by X and 90 to rotate the circle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this to the right, so I'm going to if you look for the little chain link underneath active element, and now when we change the size of this later on, it won't reduce in size towards the middle. Torus to select it. This will say object data. Left click on this, then open up the geometry box. In the bevel box, left click where it says.
I understand it. Why not? But give it a shot using his example. As he where is it?
Object and then left click on Bezier circle and this will happen.
What is that?
On left click arrow box by left clicking on the
2D, 3D. Yeah, I don't think I have that here. What the video? 2019, how about?
arrow and move this later your tool. Click on this and open up the geo and look for the little curve. This will say object data.
Object data. It'll be this one. Some properties, maybe? That's not it.
that's been added. And let's take selected design. We'll do wireframe, and that's how I got that. Or pretty similar, it's a little bit different now, but
I can't manually make it. Guess I'll look at pages. Angular pages. Fantasy. Yes. Okay. Angular prison pages. I'm trying to make something like that, I guess. What's the top and bottom of it? Looking for reference. It was on my phone when I found. Okay, so he has half a chain sticking off the bottom of it. So basically I need to make like the sandwichy platforms first. And I don't have time for that. Okay, well, I guess I'll come back to this later. Goodbye, stream.